Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to build your first app. It's going to be very basic, maybe just simple text and an app bar, and let's get to it. So first you want to open up Android Studio. Make sure you've installed the Flutter SDK. You can check out my video, I'll put a link below, and click New Flutter Project. Okay, next, give it a name, My App. Over here you want to select application. You can develop plugins, packages, modules, etc. Here you can give a description of your app, select where you want to save it, okay, and yeah, you can click next. If you want it to be a web application as well, you can tick this, but you can always add that at a later stage. Here it tells you. Okay, click finish and create. Here we go. So you want to make sure that this is in project view, and you can open this up. Here you've got your Android, your iOS, and where you do all your coding is in your library. So the first thing that they give you is your main. So it's just got some example code here. So we want to go ahead and delete most of this. Okay. So this is the first function that runs. It's basically just starting up your app, right? Run app. And this is going to be a material app. So my app is actually a stateless widget, and it's going to return a material app. With here you can add your theme data if you want, your colors. You know, if you want to switch from normal mode to dark mode, and then your home. This will be the first page that you open up. Okay, so most of this we can leave. I'm happy with this. Run my app. Okay, now one thing I forgot to tell you, it's important to import this material, Flutter material.dart package, because this has the basics like material, app widget, theme data. I think even a stateless widget is contained in there. So most times you'll need to import that. So here I'm going to call this home screen, and in these brackets I can send through any information I want, like a string or an integer, and I can use that in my home screen. So I'll show you how to do that. All I'm going to send through is my app. Okay. Now over here I'm going to create a folder. I'm going to say main screens, and in that I want to create a new Dart file and say home screen .dart. Okay, so from our main we've got our home screen, and we're going to pass the string of the app title, right? Now one thing I forgot to tell you is you have to say debug show checked mode banner and make that false, otherwise you're going to have a little banner on the top right hand of your screen. Okay, now so if you type st, you'll get the option of a stateful widget, a stateless widget, also a stateful widget with an animation controller. Okay, anyway, so we're going to choose stateless widget. It's called home screen. Yeah, it already puts the key for you. So over here you can say this dot title, and this is going to be a string title, right? Now you go to your main, you want to import, and this will be the final. Okay. Now for our build widget, I'm going to return a scaffold, and in our scaffold we're going to have our app bar. First thing I want to do is make sure center title is true, and then our title is going to be a text widget with our title, right? And for the body, I'm going to create a container. This will have a child or a column. Okay, for our column, I'm going to say the main axis alignment, center, cross axis alignment is also center. Okay, and a column doesn't have just one child, it's got children. Here you can list a whole lot of widgets. So all I'm going to say is a text widget. Inside here I'm going to type title. Cool. Now if you want to add extra text, you can say plus. First thing I'm going to do is a \n. That's the same as pressing enter on a keyboard, and that'll take us to the next line. Another plus, here I can type more text. I'm going to say my first app using Flutter. Okay. Now the container, I'm going to give a color. I'm going to make it blue. Cool, everything looks good. Looks good. I'm going to run it on the emulator. Okay, yeah, what's the problem? The good thing is we're passing through our string. Okay. Now if I change our string here to just say title and hot reload that, see, changes, both strings change. So we can make this look a bit better. That does not look great. Let's go to our home screen and let's say the width is equal to width, right? So to get that, I'm going to do a media query dot of context dot size, right? So what I forgot to say here is this is going to be a double, and its size equals media query dot size, right? Now not double, it's size. Okay, here we can say double, and our width is going to equal size dot width. Okay, so this query will get the size of the screen of whatever phone you're using, and will give you the exact width. Double is like an integer, but it always has a decimal place. So here we've said the width of our container is equal to the width of the screen. Let's hot reload that. And there you go. Perfectly centered. Okay. Our text is a little bit squonk, but that's alright. You can give your text style. Okay, text style. And if you don't know what a widget does, you can hover over it. And here you can see color, background color, font size, letter spacing, word spacing, height, whatever you want, okay? So for this I'm going to give it a color. Colors dot say yellow. Okay. What's wrong here? Add a constant modifier, okay. Let's hot reload and see what we get. Cool. What I want to try to do is okay, so what I'm going to do now is add a button. Let's say an elevated button, and child, I'm just going to say text, and in the text all I want to say is press to navigate. Okay, it wants the constant modifier, and okay, so on pressed we're gonna create a function, and inside this function we're gonna say navigator.push, okay, and then in brackets context, comma, material page root, and this is gonna return a builder with a context, and over here you give the widget name of wherever you want to navigate to, right? Cool. So we're going to go to page 2. Let's create that. New dart file, page2.dart, and over here we want to import our material package. That's important. We want to return a stateless widget. We're going to call it page 2, and this is just going to return a container with a text. Right. Now this text we're going to pass through from here. So in here, okay, we can right click and import page 2 because we created it. Now in here we're going to pass through a string, and we're going to say you have made it to page 2. You have made it to page 2. Now, just like over here, we're going to accept it in a constructor. So, final string, let's just call it text, right? Now, you want to add it into the constructor, this.text. Okay, next thing we want to do is we want to use it. Okay, so here, text. Okay, this, I forgot, you have to put child. And our container, we can give a color, colors dot red. Okay, cool. Let's see what happens. It wants the constant modifier here. Okay, let's hot reload and have a look. Yeah, we've got our button. What I'm going to do is change the color of the button. So for that, you want to say style, and I'm going to say elevated button dot style from, and here you can say primary, and this would be our theme dot of context dot primary color. Okay, so just make sure that you've chosen your primary color in your theme data, and if you want to change it, you know, do it here. Anyway, so our button should be red. When we press on it, we're going to navigate to page 2, and our pop function, which is the function that takes you back to page 1, is automatically integrated into Flutter. You'll see there'll be a back arrow in the top left hand corner, but you can do it manually as well. So let's hot reload. Cool. We've got press to navigate. Let's try that. And here, okay, this looks terrible, but you have made it to page 2. Cool. Let's fix that. So first of all, our container, I'm going to make that blue, and we've got a child of text. What I'm going to do is wrap that with the center widget and hot reload. Let's see what we get. Okay, it looks a bit better. The underlining, we don't have a style. I mean, you know, there's quite a few things we can do. Let's say style, text style, and we can say font size, let's say, I don't know, 40. Okay, and it wants a constant modifier, and yeah, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, made it to page 2. Okay, what I'm gonna do is instead of center, I'm gonna say column, and instead of child, say children, and I'm gonna cut and paste this text widget. Right, get rid of this extra. Okay, what's going on here? Children. Oh, whoops. That looks a bit better. What, reload that. Okay, let's bring it down. Cross-axis alignment. Center that. It's actually our main axis alignment we need to center. Okay, not reload. Cool. Let's see what happens when we make it smaller. Give it maybe 20. Okay, cool. Now, what I thought would happen, there would be a back arrow here, but I haven't actually added an app bar, so that's not integrated. What we can do is add an app bar. So I'm going to cut our container and return a scaffold. Right. Now, app bar, app bar. And we want to center our title. Here, I'm not going to pass the string text, I'm just going to type it out manually. I'm going to make that true. Title. Let's type. Page 2. Title. And now for our body, we are going to paste our container. Okay. This must be a constant. And let's see what happens. Press hot reload. Okay, again we've got our column width. It's not equal to the width of the phone. We're going to change that, but here now we've got our integrated arrow. We didn't even have to code. So let's just fix the column. We want to say size. Size equals media query dot of context dot size. Okay. What did I do? Right. Size. Now a double is going to be called our width, which is equal to size dot width. Here you're going to copy and say our container width is equal to our width. Okay, let's hot reload that. Perfect. Yeah, made it to page 2. Now let's go back. Nice. Cool. That's the basic app. I hope you took some pointers out of this. And let me know in the comments what you would like to see me code, and I can help you along your app development journey with developing in Flutter. Cool.